Affliction Warlocks have been one of those classes throughout Legion Beta that have gotten quite a lot of flack and quite a lot of hate for the reduced, you know, damage rotation and like how the damage works for Affliction Warlocks in general. So previously, the unstable Affliction used to just be a dot that you could put up, and now it actually requires a soul shard, and you have to have this like secondary resource in the top left of the screen in order to cast your biggest damage ability, which is Unstable Affliction, and keep those dots up. The thing is like, I see the point of view, right? I see the argument that Affliction Warlock players out there who have played Affliction Warlock for like 4, 5, 10 years, they feel like this is not exactly the most complex version of the class that they've seen over multiple expansions. Like, I get that. However, I will say that for somebody that doesn't play Affliction Warlock very often, like myself, I've been playing for about 4 or 5 days, and I thought that this is one of the more fun classes to play because of just the playstyle in general. The spread pressure, keeping your dots up, having to micromanage that, and, you know, also micromanaging your cooldowns and having your pet, like, just doing so many different things. And I feel like where they have fallen off in damage, I feel like the changes for Legion has made up through utility. Okay, and Affliction Warlocks aren't all about just keeping your dots up and doing a lot of damage. I mean, obviously, yeah, it's about that, but I think that there's more to that now. There's more that has been given to the Affliction Warlock role, and it's not so much just about, like, you know, min-maxing the amount of damage you can do. Again, it's about that, but you're able to do a lot more with a couple things. So real quick, I'm going to go through my spec. I'm going to explain my spec, I'm going to explain a couple things, and then we're going to be jumping into Arena in just a little bit. But this class, let me just go ahead and start off and let you guys know that this class is really hard to kill. Like, you're able to do so much to weaken your enemy and also heal yourself up through your talents that it really does it's just pretty crazy how, like, right now on the Legion beta, like, Affliction Warlocks are unkillable. Like, they're really, really hard to kill due to a couple things. So my spec that I'm playing is Writhe and Agony. Some people say that Haunt is better, but I like Writhe and Agony because I feel like if I'm going to choose to play Affliction Warlock over, like, Frost Mage, Fire Mage, or any other, like, Arms Warrior that does a ton of burst damage, I understand that Haunt gives burst damage, but I think Writhe and Agony, since it allows you to ramp up your Agony twice as much, like, that's a lot of damage. That's honestly a crap ton. You're able to put that Agony up, and then it ramps up to 20 instead of 10, and that's really valuable. So that's why I go ahead and play with this, like, spread pressure spec, again with Contagion and all that, and it kind of just allows me to do a lot more damage over multiple targets as opposed to just one target and looking for that burst damage. And then obviously Siphon Life is back. I'm taking that. It's an awesome talent. It's the best of the three in my opinion. You know, you don't take Soul Harvest anymore, but I still think Siphon Life gives you a lot of survivability, gives you more damage with another dot, and overall is just a cool talent. So it's just another button to press, right, to do damage. So Dark Pact is the big one that allows you to survive for so long. It gives you a shield for like 40% of the sacrificed health if you sacrifice 20% of your demon's health, and that comes out to be like 500k. Like, it's crazy. Like, you're able to put a shield up on yourself for like over, you know, about 40% of your life pool. That's a lot of shield, and this is like a really hard ability for burst classes to get through because of just how much it absorbs. And I foresee this being nerfed, but I just wanted to at least say something about it. So I know that I'm not playing the best Grimoire in the game. I know that Grimoire of Service is better because it allows you to reset your interrupt on your Fell Hunter, which means that you can have a Fell Hunter, you can like counterspell or spell lock someone, and then you can also use this on a 1.5 minute cooldown and reset that. Just like you have been in previous expansions, you can reset that cooldown on the interrupt and actually have 2 interrupts back to back because of that. And it also deals 100% increased damage for 25 seconds, which is pretty cool, right? So I know that this one's better. I just have been playing Grimoire of Supremacy because I'm relatively new to the class. So just a heads up. And then I take Soul Conduit because it gives me a chance to refund my soul shards every now and then and allow me to get more unstable UAs out in case, you know, one of mine do fall. And I know that some people have been playing Soul Effigy. I understand why that's a good talent. I like to be very mobile, and I feel like Soul Effigy doesn't allow me to like move around, you know, physically throughout the arena. So that's why I'm playing Soul Conduit. And then here's the fun part, right? So Curse of Tongues and Curse of Weakness is back, okay? These are the two utility abilities that that rhymed. That I feel that are really important for the playstyle in Legion. These two abilities, you know, Curse of Weakness, reducing physical damage dealt by an enemy target for 25% for 10 seconds. That's a lot, especially since, you know, mages have had their remove curse removed from the game. Like, that got pruned, right? So these are really relevant throughout arenas now. Especially with Curse of Tongues, increasing the cast time of all spells by 30% for 10 seconds. These are really relevant, and I don't think Curse of Fragility is really strong enough to beat these because of the utility these provide. But I just want to say that, like, this is an awesome addition to the game. This is something that Warlocks have been looking forward to, you know, being reintroduced into the game, and now it's finally here. So moving on from that, Essence Drain, I'm taking this right now because it allows me to reduce the amount of damage that a target can deal to me by up to 50% if I just keep channeling, right? Which is pretty crazy. It doesn't seem to be working out here, but if this guy started hitting me and I was draining his life, he would actually, his damage would be reduced up to 50%. It's 10% per second per tick, up to 50% for 6 seconds, which is pretty cool. But these are also choices that you'll take in between, like Nether Ward, which is a really awesome ability. It allows you to reflect all spells for 5 seconds, and this is dispellable. And then also Casting Circle, which you can put on the ground like a Root of Power, and then be immune to silences and interrupts for 20 seconds with a 15-second cooldown. So you can just be Aura Mastery the entire game, which is pretty crazy, right? And then here's the big one for your damage, which is I feel like this is the best talent because all of that controversy that I mentioned earlier about how unstable magic, you know, requiring a soul shard, I feel like if you manage your abilities well, you manage your dots well on multiple targets, then this Rotten Decay, where you drain life and refresh the duration of unstable affliction, corruption, and agony on the target, will make it okay. I've been playing with this for a while now, and I feel like this is like the main playstyle that I've been able to drive out and do a lot of damage with. So what I mean by that, let's go ahead and jump into it, is that I'm going to Unstable Affliction, and then put my Curse of Agony up, my Corruption, and then Siphon Life. Okay, so I have 4 dots on him right now, right? So, see this Unstable Magic running out? If I just drain life, it refreshes all of the dots except for Siphon Life, which is pretty sick. So, what you're going to do is you're going to actually, like, dot this guy up, right? You refresh the timers, you tab target to the second arena enemy, and then you dot them up, right? And then you go back to this guy, and then you refresh this dot, and then you'll go back to the second guy, and then you'll refresh those dots, you know, imaginary guy over here. And then you can dot up a third guy, and you can refresh those dots, and like you just keep going. And then you just use your utility, you use your artifact talent, which allows you to reap souls, these little purple balls on the ground. You can reap that and then get a damage increase by 10% buff for just a couple seconds, depending on how many, you know, how many souls you reap. But this guy will eventually die. He can't out heal this, which is pretty cool. So I'm actually not going to re-dot him because I don't want him to die, because I want him to hit me so I can show you exactly what the healing looks like on this. Okay, so hit me. Okay, so I'm going to tell him to hit me. He's going to go ahead and do as much damage as he can to me. I'm going to go ahead and Dark Pact, so I have an Absorb Shield on me for 560k already, so he has to work through that. I can put up my Shield Wall, okay, which gives me 40% increase or reduced damage taken for 8 seconds, and gives me immunity on my casting. He can't kick this. I can put up my Siphon Life and Drain Life and also heal myself through this. Like, look at this. I'm just out healing his damage right now. He can't do anything about it. And he also has 50% reduced damage on me, which is pretty crazy because of Essence Drain, which really shows how unkillable this guy actually, or how unkillable I actually am. But okay, so he's got me down to 400k or so, so I'm down 1,000,000 health. Let me just hit my health stone real quick. You ready? Full life. What's up? I'm full life. There's nothing he can do. I didn't even put up Curse of Weakness, but I can actually reduce up to 75% of his damage on me with both Curse of Weakness and Drain Life with that Essence Drain. So right now he has Curse of Weakness up and Essence Drain, which means that he cannot do very much damage to me. So that's why I feel like this class is really unkillable, and that, you know, I hopefully I answered a lot of the questions and like how this class works. But what we're going to do now is actually jump into some arenas where you can see me playing in action. I want you guys to kind of understand on your own terms how arena looks like for Affliction Warlock. So let's go ahead and get into that.
selections with their newest single, Nevada.
One is a track by Hellberg called The Girl, featuring our girl Cozy.
Yeah, when I first heard this song, I was really impressed by Cozy's vocals, so we're really happy to be working with her on Nevada as well.
Yeah, and this track is really great, so check it out.
Cambridge to Boston, lives in a world she's lost in, victim of compromise. He's staring at her Aberdeen heart, London eyes, Glasgow bones. She's whistling the catacombs, a paradox. He's in love with the statue in a marble block. He's the girl that time forgot. She just shakes her ears. She's falling too far with salt in her scars. Won't let it taste her tears. She's falling too far. The girl that time wasted moments, full of potential that torments. An angel in disguise, but he can see her Aberdeen heart, London eyes, Glasgow bones. She's a whistle in the catacombs, a paradox. Oh, he's in love with the statue in a marble block. He's in love with the girl that time forgot. She just shuts her ears. She's falling too far with salt in her scars. Won't let it taste her tears. She's falling too far. The girl that time forgot. That time forgot. catacombs, you let it go. Let it go. Catacombs, you let it go. She just shakes her ears. She's falling too far with salt in her scars. Won't let him taste her tears. She's falling too far.
It's time to hear from another listener. Let's see who will be part of our journey today.
Hey, what's up, Monster Cat Podcast? It's me, Dylan Storm, and I'm from Gainesville, Virginia. And I just wanted to shout out my girlfriend in Canada. I love you so much, and I hope everybody has a nice Tuesday.
Remember, if you want to join us on air, head over to monstercat.com/podcast and submit your voice. But now let's get back to the music.
That does sum it up for today, guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel for future Legion videos. If you haven't already heard, I've released my top 5 favorite classes to play in Legion in an ebook for free on my website, cartoons.tv/Legion. Be sure to go check it out, guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Cartoons out.